Hello, family. Thank you for joining me for another spoiler review of Power Season 4, Episode 5. Don't Thank Me. Remember, this is a spoiler review, so you've been warned. As always, I'm only going over the important points to me during this review. Here we go. Okay, we're going to start off with Angela. Now, this is a theme that runs through the whole entire episode. Angela's feeling conflicted because she wants to do the right thing. But doing the right thing comes with a big cost. Now, if she does the right thing and testifies that James did not have access to that gun in the bar, then that comes at a cost because it could jeopardize her livelihood, which her family depends on her income to survive, to take care of their father and to put the kids through school. But if she doesn't testify, then she's going to send an innocent man to death row for murder he did not commit. What would you do if you was in her shoes? Would you testify, jeopardize your family and your well-being, or would you keep your mouth shut and see a man go to death row? What would you do? No wrong answers, as long as you can look that person in the mirror and feel okay with the decision you made. All right. So for Angela, she got to do the right thing because it's not easy being righteous. Okay, so she talks about the video. She tells Mike, and Mike, he's the killer. So he like, yo, we ain't even trying to go there with that tape, that video. We don't need that. We working on something else. But she's like, the video proved, no, I already done told you. We ain't worried about that and the gun. So ain't going nowhere with Mike because they trying to get a RICO. All right, so then she goes to Proctor. She's like, Proctor, I got this video. I need this, blah, blah, blah. He tells her, you need to talk to Ghost. So she hits up Silver so she can speak to Ghost and have a meeting in jail. So she goes to jail to speak with Ghost in front of Silver. Okay, so she sits down with them. She acting like they called the meeting. But Silver gives Ghost a nod. Ghost like, yeah, I broke into the apartment. And then she was like, how can I believe you? And she's like, I broke into the apartment to save you. Because Greg told me he had a recording of you being the mole that he was going to use. So I broke in there to get that recording. She's still a little fishy. He tells her, you were there when I was there. He runs down the conversation. So that gives him some more credibility that he was there at the same time that she was there. And possibly, Ghost ain't going to stick around at that point. It's too hot at that point. All right. So Silver says, all right, enough of this. What can you do for us? So then she says they're going to use the check that you got from Tommy. That $1 million that you got from Tommy. So Silver's like, yo, I need to speak to my client alone. So he asks him, Ghost, yo, anything I need to know about this? Now that $1 million check, they got $2 million back from the security company because the guy had left. So that's $1 million for Tommy and $1 million for Ghost because they was 50-50 partners. Ghost needed $2 million for possible bail money, so he had to borrow $1 million from Tommy for his bail. Ghost doesn't know anything about Tasha and Tommy involvement with this money laundering situation, so he thinking everything good. So Silver wants to put Tasha on the stand since everything is good, but Ghost like he a little hesitant about that. Put my wife on the stand, he ain't really for that. She already gone through enough to put on, and then to put on the stand cross-examination. That's too much. We're going to talk about 718 and Sue. 718 and Sue. Sue is, I ain't know Sue was that bad, girl. All right, so Sue lets 718 know about Dre, the Dominican boy, because he getting hit up on the phone like, yo, Dominican boy getting extra keys. How come I ain't getting no extra keys? And then Sue let them know that they've been to the club and they've been talking. So 718 was like, okay. They trying to conspire to something around my back. Something ain't right. I knew something was wrong with this boy. All right, about time you waking up 718. So 718 goes to the club where Dre supposed to be popping off at the after night spot. He sees Kanan and Dre talking. 718 don't go in there, and that's good because, Kanan would have twisted his wig and kept it moving. All right, but in there in the meeting, what he can't hear is Dre's paying off Kanan supposed to be to leave Tyreek alone again, which of course ain't going to happen because Kanan on the phone texting Tyreek, same time he talking to Dre. Okay. So Dre says, no, I got a plan to get you back on top. It's wide open now. But these people ain't going to deal with Kanan. Kanan don't have a network, and he a savage. They ain't dealing with this boy. So I don't know what Kanan is thinking about trying to take over. He need to just be happy in the lane that he's currently in, because that's where he belong, where the savage is at. All right. So we're going to talk about Ghost. Ghost goes to court. His family's there for support. You see his baby girl. Everything is everything. Ghost goes on the stand. Tasha was worried about she had to go on the stand. Ghost went on the stand instead. He's going to take the hit because he's the one that did the crime. Or he's the one that's facing this charge. He didn't actually do this crime. He is a killer, but he ain't killed this one. All right, so Ghost is on the stand. He's looking good. He's standing strong. Ghost, that's something I always wanted to see Ghost on the stand, and see him lie and how they could twist and get him hooked up later. But Ghost is doing good. He explains how he got the money from Tommy as a loan, that they friends, and it all makes sense. Reimbursement from the security firm. Y'all split it 50-50 because y'all was partners at that time, and you had to borrow that because you need possibly $2 million to get out. Looking good, and you did an excellent job. But then on the flip side, my man Mike, the actual killer, gets to cross-examine Ghost. Now, you're supposed to be talking about the money, but for some reason, the judge let it goes on to about the murder. Why? I don't know. I don't think that would happen in real court. But anyway, so he's talking to Ghost about the murder. He's running down what was going through his head. And it's easy for Mike to do this because Mike actually did it. And this is the things that Mike was feeling when he killed Greg. But that sets Ghost off. Because Ghost is being called a killer and they making him look like he a killer in front of his baby girl. And I remember in my other video I told you the baby girl was the one I think touches Ghost the most out of everybody. So Ghost is upset about that. He loses control. He becomes the angry black man on the stand. Not a good look. But lucky for him, the jury wasn't around. This is only the judge. So that's okay. But not a good look. Because you just showed them buttons they could push to set you off. So Ghost is about to leave. Then they handcuffs him back up. Ghost looks over to see his baby girl crying. And that was it for Ghost. His mind is gone. Baby girl crying again. He couldn't take it when she was crying on the newspaper. He couldn't take the phone call when she asked him, "Is Daddy going? You want to die?" And she was too choked up to keep on talking to him. That baby girl is his breaking point there. That's his soft spot. All right. So Ghost is going back to jail, and he's in jail. Now in comes Charlie Murphy. Now let me back it up a little bit first, because I ain't talking about this point. And Charlie Murphy is getting transferred to another prison that actually is cold. And Charlie Murphy looking cold and frail. So Tony comes up to him and says, "No, I know who got you transferred." He's like, "How you know I'm getting transferred?" And he's like, "Yo, I know he got you transferred. That boy James St. Patrick got money, and his lawyer got money, and they got power, and they probably getting you transferred up there to freezing. You ain't nothing but bones. You're going to be up there freezing." So Charlie Murphy listens to the boy, planting that seed in Charlie Murphy's hand, and now that seed starts to grow. So the plan is, so James is in the rec room working out his stress from that court date. Charlie Murphy comes in, clears the rec room. Of course, you already know the camera don't work. So Charlie Murphy goes up to him and says, "Yo, how's the little nigglets?" And that James is looking like, "Yo, I just want to go back to my cell. So he's like, "Man, you got a beautiful wife. It won't be long before somebody digging out them sugar walls." James just looking at Charlie. He ain't reacting. So then Charlie said, "Let me go for the juggler. This boy ain't throwing. I'm gonna go for the juggler. It'd be nice when your wife and your kids call me daddy." And that was it. James went off. I'm not gonna describe that scene to you. That's the scene you need to see. If you ain't see this episode, tune in just to see that scene and James do his thing. I don't think you'll see that again like that. So check that out for yourself. All right. So in comes Tony and Muscle, because the plan was for Charlie Murphy to get James riled up, for James to attack Charlie Murphy, and for the three of them, Tony, Charlie Murphy, and this Muscle dude, to kill James. But Tony changes the plan once he sees Charlie Murphy dead. He stops the Muscle boy, chokes him out, and then they framed it, look like the Muscle boy killed Charlie Murphy and then hung himself because he couldn't face doing all the time or possibly death row. Now, Tony changed his mind all of a sudden so he could own James because he wants access to Tommy. And he needed something to hold over James. The last deal didn't work out, but now he got something to hold over James St. Patrick. Okay, so we're going to talk briefly about Tasha and Tommy. I just want to talk about how Tasha forgave Tommy for Holly's murder. Now, Tommy is still messed up. He still wears the engagement ring around his neck that he gave Holly that belonged to his grandmother. He is still messed up. He messed up about Holly being pregnant, and he actually felt that he loved Holly. So she forgave him. That meant a lot to Tommy. And then they asked about Lakeisha. I know you mess around with Keisha, but what's she gonna do if you break her heart? What's she gonna do? Is she gonna talk? And they like, I got it. So that tells me, just that little exchange made me feel like Tasha is cool if Tommy had to kill Lakeisha, her supposed to be best friend, who she never put on, never gave any money, never give nothing but her hand-me-downs to and her hard stories. So it seemed like Tasha is cool if Tommy, to protect the family, would have to kill Lakeisha. So be it. Alright, so we can go to Angela and this court date. So Angela is a surprise witness for the defense. Angela comes up to testify about that videotape. Saying the videotape doesn't show James St. Patrick after the murder or to the time of his arrest going to the bar or any other person. So in her opinion, he couldn't have put that gun there. So that really means that they put the gun there. That's what she really saying. Alright, so then John started cross-examining. He talking about, well, what about your relationship with James St. Patrick? What about your involvement in other cases? What about the evidence he stole? What about this? What about that? They all knew all that before Angela even got part of the team. That's why I always thought that Angela should never been part of this. I didn't think anybody would allow Angela to be a part of this because she was going to be the thing that could possibly set James free, her involvement. So the judge gets mad at the whole team, dismisses the case on James, tells the team that they all suspended until further review, and James pops his collar. He pops it twice when he gets up. He thanks Angela. Thank you, Angela. She's like, don't thank me. Angela didn't do that for you. She did it for her. Because for her, in her conscience, she couldn't live with sending an innocent man to death row that she knew was innocent. And that other thing, I don't even know if Angela ever really loved James St. Patrick, or it's just something that she wanted. Because I don't know if she is even capable of loving. The way she flipped on Greg totally, the way she flips off and on with James, I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. So they're getting suspended. Angela got her stuff packed up. Mike on the elevator. He stops it. Angela going to tell the killer, she don't know Mike the killer, that she's going to find Greg's true killer. You might lose your life, Angela, because you're talking to the killer. You don't know that, and that's how you end up losing your life. Keep your mouth shut about your thoughts until you figure things out and work things out. What you about to do, everybody don't need to know what you about to do. Just do it. All right. So Tasha and Silver had a strange hug. A little bit more than a hug. I don't know what was up with that. I don't know what was up with Silver. Towards the end of this episode, Silver, I'm wondering if he's working for Simon. I don't know what's up with that cat. Don't trust him. Ghost didn't trust him. I think it's right for not to trust him. All right, just briefly, Tariq, Jukebox kidnapped Tariq, and she wants to do the same plan that they had in store before, ransom him off, kill James, and kill Tariq. I don't know why she's so adamant to kill, and Kane and not. I mean, come on. Why are you so gung-ho with this? And lastly, Tommy goes off to Chicago. They don't say what it's about. But if I was to guess, it's to kill somebody. Because usually they don't say nothing. They want you to kill somebody. All right, so we got Tommy out of touch in Chicago. All right, so I think this is what might happen. I think Mike may try to kill Angela, and James is going to save Angela from getting killed. I think 718 is going to confront Dre, and Kanan's going to kill 718. I think that, well, we know Ghost is going to be under Simon's thumb. It's because Tasha, which I don't believe, like Tasha knew that they got these 2 extra clubs from Ghost doing Simon dirty in his divorce. Tasha knew that Simon been trying to take them under. Tasha knew the contract that Ghost had to work his way out of. So I don't know why she would go to this man for any money. I don't understand Tasha's character at all sometimes, because Tasha, first she's the runaway pretty girl, then they try to say that she went to college but didn't finish, then they try to call her accountant, then they try to say she's in charge of the money, but she never know when the money's at. Tasha's character is not written too tight for me. But anyway, so we got on to Tony and Tommy. I don't know if Tony is Tommy's father, or Tony has something to do with Tommy's father's death, and he might have made a promise. I don't know, fam. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me what you would have did if you was Angela. Keep your comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, family. Peace.